We are here today with Mark Tanner of Danby Appliances. He is the Director of MIS with Danby, and they have licensed CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite and CloudExtend Outlook for NetSuite. Mark, thank you for taking the time to be with us today. And could you just give a little introduction of who you are and what you do with Danby?
Yeah, of course. I work for Danby Appliances, and my role is Director of MIS. So I'm responsible for both the hardware and software implementations here for all of our Danby locations.
What are the services that Danby Appliances offers?
So Danby is primarily in North America. That's where we sell to our consumers and our customers. And we have a wide range of small appliance products for our consumers and customers, such as air conditioners, portable air conditioners, freezers, bar fridges, kegerators, all that fun type products as well.
How did you hear about CloudExtend to begin with?
From Celigo.
Okay.
So I'm on Celigo's marketing list because we do have some integrations there as well. And I saw some advertisements, and it was very timely, like how to automate some of our work, which is perfect timing.
How long have you been using CloudExtend?
And we've been using the CloudExtend Outlook for NetSuite for about a year now.
Okay.
And using the CloudExtend Excel for NetSuite for about 8 months now.
Can you go into a little bit of detail on the type of employees that are utilizing the product?
Yeah, so it started really with finance. So finance looking at different subsidiaries within Danby as well. We have 3 subsidiaries, 2 in the US, 1 in Canada. So they take a look at that data and pull it together. So that was kind of our first area. And then I found out that finance was actually working with other departments, and they were massaging some data and then sending it to the, say, quality department. And the quality department needs to analyze, what our sales out are, what are our return rates. And we have what's called a disposition process that we do for reverse logistics, which saves the company money. So everything that gets returned to us goes through a disposition as to, is it just dented? Is it damaged? Does the product still heat up? Does it cool? Does it still blow? All of the things to go and resell that product as a refurbished unit is all housed in our disposition data. So we wanted to take all 3 of those data sets together and give quality a full view of the products. And we were able to do that through CloudExtend. And again, CloudExtend was the start of the process. Mm-hmm. Then we moved quality up to Power BI. Power of Power BI reporting just took it to a whole other level of, let's get out of these spreadsheets, but use CloudExtend to do the automation of those and the data collection, and then push that out to Power BI.
What challenges prompted you to look into an integration solution initially?
When we started looking at some of the reporting that we were doing, I uncovered many employees exporting data from NetSuite and then manipulating it in their own Excel spreadsheets and creating their own little dashboards and views of the data. And because every time they pull that information out, it's very static. And in order to create like a dynamic atmosphere or look at the data, they needed to either update it every single day or maybe every week, or some employees were just doing it once a month. So that's when I looked at other solutions, that there had to be a better way of doing this and pushing that information out. And one of the main reasons why employees were doing this manually is because in NetSuite, you can only pull so much information out in a saved search at one time about a certain area. So if there's 3 links away on the data, or maybe I need to combine 2 saved searches, then it becomes a little bit more manual and cumbersome. And that's what I really found the employees doing. So And again, some were doing this daily. So for the first 45 minutes of their day, that's what they would do, is run the saved searches, copy that data over to Excel, then make sure all their formulas were working, and then send that dashboard out to employees or on their team as like a daily snapshot of what they did yesterday.
And how has CloudExtend helped with your integration challenges?
So looking at CloudExtend for Excel gave us the opportunity to go ahead and take unlimited saved searches. I say unlimited, there's probably a limit there, but I haven't seen it. And have all those scheduled. And on a regular schedule, whether it's hourly, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, whatever the business needs, and have it all update into one Excel spreadsheet that sits on our OneDrive, and all the formulas and dashboard that the employees had already created for their teams just worked. So we just connected the data, and it just worked great. So that was our kind of first step. And I've uncovered many employees doing this, and I still am, despite me saying to our organization, hey, we can automate your manual work with Excel. Come talk to me. So, but we've at least touched 20 employees that were doing this on a daily or weekly basis, and I imagine there's been dozens of hours saved monthly for some of these employees.
Could you give us a quantifiable amount of time you think your company saves using CloudExtend?
I would quantify it by, there's at least 20 employees that are no longer doing, the data mining, if you will, or that manual work to automate those sheets. And that ranged from our consumer service team. We're doing this on a daily basis, looking at our phone calls, looking at the cases that were submitted by anybody on the phones, consumers support. And they were spending upwards of an hour per day doing that manual work in that dashboard. Now, when I worked with them and brought all the data together, now they spend literally 2 minutes to update their team, or just take a snapshot of that slide and put it right into their deck for their daily Scrum meetings. So those are, to quantify something like that, that was, 2 employees doing an hour per day. Mm-hmm. I've got quality who were spending half a day every week putting together all of the damage data. We also have our sales leads that were taking different data sets too, and needing to just automate that. So and their comparison is looking at what sold, what is on back order, and then what is the ship schedule, so that we have a good timeline as to forecasting for sales. So on the sales end of things, that was another 5 employees that were spending probably 30 minutes to 45 minutes at the start of their day, just arranging that data for the sales leaders. And then finance is more driven by month-end processes. Mm-hmm. So their savings is probably a little bit less, but they were spending a couple of days putting all that information together because they're looking at a full month of information.